It is Monday, February the 9th, and football season is officially over. It is time to recap Super Bowl 60 for as boring or as entertaining as you found it. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some NBA trade deadline talk. So do us a favor. It's time to kick back. It's time to relax because Unbiased starts right now. And welcome everybody back into Unbiased, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, coming to you guys live from a little bit warmer Hamilton, New Jersey this week. It's actually close to above freezing over here. There's no wind chill, so actually I felt the sun today for once. But as always, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams, Mr. Adams, happy post-NFL season day one.
Man, I wish I could say happy Victory Monday for the next however many weeks it is until we kick off next season. But
hey, I mean, today is the anniversary of Super Bowl 59 victory from last year, so we do have that to look. We always have that.
So we got that going for us.
But look, we're not here to talk about the past. The past is the past. So look, NBA trade deadline, that was last Thursday. We're going to get into a whole bunch of that later on in the show. A lot of moves being made. Some teams were buyers that probably shouldn't have been. So I believe there's a team in the East that got better. I think some people may disagree with me, but we're going to get into that in a second. Tyler, last night in Santa Clara, the Seattle Seahawks have captured their second Super Bowl championship in franchise history, defeating the New England Patriots 29-13 in what was an utter defensive domination. Don't let the score fool you. And a big part of history that was made, Kenneth Walker wins Super Bowl MVP, becoming the first running back to win the award since Terrell Davis 28 years ago.
Man, TD himself.
Totaling 135 rushing yards. Tyler, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Well, I got a couple of thoughts.
I think a lot of people have thoughts. Like the chat's booming already.
Anthony, I don't know who you're talking about.
Wasn't me.
Wait, which MVP? Super Bowl or regular season?
Regular season, I'm sure he's talking about. It wasn't me.
It was me. I'll take that. I didn't call him for Super Bowl MVP, though, because I was going with Seattle the whole way. But, man, I'm sure we'll talk about it a lot covering this recap. Mikey just said it. It's all about the D. It's been all about the D for the whole postseason. And boy, did they show up. But honestly, back to what you were saying with Kenneth Walker, I mean, Seattle, in my opinion, does not win that game without his performance. He was consistently moving the chains, generating big plays with the help of the offensive line. And when you looked at the halftime stats between the quarterbacks, I think me and you were both shocked. seemingly it looked like Drake May was having a more efficient game, but that didn't result in a lot of first downs. It was a lot of, stop before the chains, 3-and-outs, getting sacked. But definitely Kenneth Walker stepped up and made the difference because he did what I think me and you both said was a key to either team's success, and that was running the football. Both teams, very good defenses. New England's defense, they held up for the better part of the night. I'd say at least they played a full 3 quarters before they just couldn't take anymore. But the Patriots offense, man, whether it be Drake May still feeling something with that shoulder injury, which we both had a feeling was going to be bothering him, even though he said he was fine. Will Campbell choosing to have his worst rookie moment in the biggest game of the year.
Did you hear the next gen stats on that?
I did not.
Next gen stats had him as giving up 14 pressures left.
That's rough.
It is so bad right now that they are actually contemplating if he could be a left tackle already.
Really? I mean, hold on. I say give the kid, pump the brakes. Give the kid a break. He's a rookie. He had a tremendous year up until this point. That's a lot of pressure to put him on against Seattle, who has one of the more premier pass rushes, and the fact that there's multiple guys that can get to you. It's not just 1 or 2 you got a game plan for. It's like more like 3 or plus.
It's the whole team.
It's the whole damn team. But yeah, and Dustin just said it real quick. What's up, Dustin? Will Campbell declined to talk to the media. I personally do not like that. I get it. You had a rough game. You're going to get questioned about it. Own up to it. It happens. But don't run away from it.
It's your welcome to the NFL moment, guy.
Exactly.
Come on. All right, hold on. The chat is absolutely going insane, and we're not even 8 minutes into the show. What's up, Bruiser? Bruiser said the game wasn't as close as the score. The result of the game was never in doubt. The Seahawks and the 07 Giants did the same thing. Rushed with 4 and made the Patriots offense. Yeah.
I mean, dude, it didn't matter who they matched up on Will Campbell. They knew something coming into that game that nobody else knew. And they had him flustered, beating them with any type of move. Bull rushing them, swim moves. He got put on his ass a couple of times. I mean, it was a bad look. But I don't want to sit here and dwell on it over and over and just completely bash the kid.
No, but I mean, there was a lot of concern when he came into the league about his arm length, and it showed last night against a premier defense.
It did. They got him on the outside edge many times where he just could not extend himself.
No. Anthony points out that the Seahawks won without JSN. Anthony, they were going to have to win without JSN because I just want to make this very clear. The Seahawks won the game, won the whole thing. Christian Gonzalez played absolutely the game of his life.
He did.
That brother did nothing but solidify himself as one of the game's premier corners. He kept them in. He made 2 plays in that game that saved the season. Unfortunately, every time New England saw 3rd down, it was over.
Yeah. And, fourth and short, forget about it. Punt. That's how confident Vrabel was in his team and his offense last night. 4th and 1, punt.
Guys, we're catching up on the comments. We fell behind for a sec, so we're just trying to get everybody's in here so we can make sure everyone gets their voices heard in the chat. George, we already should be lucky enough they gave it to a running back. They ain't never going to give Super Bowl MVP to a
come on.
kicker.
Unless
I don't care.
if we see a Super Bowl, Sam, that ends 16-6, and it's nothing but field goals the whole game.
This is actually a funny thing because this is what everyone's talking about. Bad Bunny rushed for more yards during his performance. 124.
Yeah. I saw that tweet.
That's got to be the best thing I've seen ever.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever held that stat.
Honestly. But, man, back to Kenneth Walker. We question how the rushing attack for Seattle would be with Charbonnet going out. Now, Charbonnet wasn't the lead back. We all knew Kenneth Walker was. But the dynamic that Charbonnet brought to the backfield was a key part of their offense. And all Kenneth Walker's done in the postseason, I mean, let me pull up the numbers real quick.
Oh, Dustin, trust me, you and I are going to have baseball plenty of covered on Wednesday. We got a lot to go over. Pitches and catches week, baby.
He ran for 313 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns in 3 games in the postseason. And he caught 104 yards. He picked up the slack. And his dominance running that football last night, I mean, I'm just at a loss for words with the Seahawks.
And Anthony, that game was such the anti what you're used to seeing from Drake May, because Drake May made a throw earlier at one point in that game. There was a window of like 4 Seahawk defenders, and he dropped the dime.
5.
Then, okay, 5. Thank you, Mr. Technicality. Then there's a play where he's got Hunter Henry wide open, and all he has to do is just drop it to him, and Henry's going to turn up field and get you about 30 yards, and he overthrows him by 3 yards.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to make excuses for him. I know he declined to comment on if his shoulder affected him at all throughout the game. He didn't want to put that blame on that. He wanted to own up to it, which I respect. But knowing that he's had a shoulder injury throughout the whole postseason, how poorly he's played throughout the postseason, and then heading into this game, those throws he didn't make, and the one where he stepped up in the pocket, looking deep across the middle, he looked like he stepped into it to take a good throw, and he underthrows it and gets picked off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in my eyes, I'm like, he's not that bad of a quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback.
No.
Something had to have affected him, because that ball should have either been overthrown or completed. It should not have been underthrown by like 5 yards behind the receiver. I do feel like the shoulder was bothering him in that game.
Not only that, it's not like he stepped up fully and launched it. He was stepping up, and he was kind of still in his step-up motion and then threw it. And I think that's another thing. Not to mention, he was stepping up into the interior pass rush, which I said on Friday night, that was going to be the biggest key to this game. If Seattle's interior D-line does what they do, it's going to be a long freaking night. And guess what?
It was the interior pass rush, the exterior pass rush, the safeties pass rush. It was everyone's pass rush.
Evan Witherspoon, another guy who could have won Super Bowl MVP for his performance. And New England, we talked about, they have a bunch of guys that are outside of Diggs. They're not really top tier guys.
Yeah.
They are not talented enough. This was simply a very talented team beat a team not as talented as them. New England did not have the weapons to go against a defense of that magnitude.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony, we don't need that. That's no secret. He's an Oregon Duck. Christian Gonzalez, we know what Christian Gonzalez is.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, Dustin. I mean, yeah, they trail for 1 minute and 34 seconds the entire postseason, which came against the Rams, which they took the lead right after. Darnold led the NFL in turnovers, never turned it over once in the postseason.
Yeah, he did not, which is insane. He pulled the Eli. Don't matter how many interceptions you throw in the regular season, as long as you play your best in the postseason.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's all we've said that the Seahawks need out of him. We know he has a big arm. He can sling the ball down the field. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't put up those numbers with the bum at quarterback. But for him to just keep the turnovers at a minimum, this defense is always good enough to get you the ball back if that happens.
Yeah. Dustin has some breaking NBA news. NBA to vote on 2 expansion teams this summer, and barring a miracle, it will happen. Seattle and Vegas, welcome to the NBA.
Are we getting the Seattle Sounders back? Or Supersonics? Was it Supersonics? Yeah.
What
oh my gosh. I said a soccer team. Oh my gosh. The Seattle Sounders.
Get out.
Jesus.
Get out.
Oh my. Hey, at least they're an actual team.
Well, wait, that's what I'm going with Dustin's comment. Should it be Seattle, welcome back to the NBA?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We just up and moved your franchise. Vegas.
Oh, Georgie said, glad I got a ton of Kenneth Walker rookie cards when they were less than $1. Hey, and remember something now. Kenneth Walker's a free agent.
That's going to be interesting because Seattle's got to pay Darnold now.
No, they don't. They have Darnold under contract for 2 more years.
Oh, he signed a 3-year deal?
Darnold, yes.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was a 1-year deal.
Not with the year he had in Minnesota.
Good point.
You know what? You know what I love about Mondays now? Ian Rappaport, it is now official, even though it was highly speculated throughout the entire week, but it is now made official. Clint Kubiak is officially the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep, saw that coming.
So happy I get to use the breaking news alert.
Just in time.
Well, absolutely. Adam Sandler loves the Jets, and so do I. Mikey, the Jets don't. I don't even know if the Jets love the Jets right now.
Oh man.
I mean, Bill, you're spot on. Pressure on the pocket causes every quarterback to make mistakes. Every one.
Yep.
Dustin said, funny thing is, when OKC got the Seattle franchise, Seattle had all their records wiped clean as if they didn't exist. Therefore, welcome to. Nope.
Nah, we're digging up every single record, restoring it. They're coming back.
As a matter of fact, every ex-Sonic that we can find is going to coach the team. Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis.
Oh my!
What? So, man, Clint Kubiak won the Super Bowl, partied all night, and then got on a plane and hopped right over to Vegas.
Hold on. What? Nah. Dustin, this isn't a rumor. This is humor.
No, there is. No, it's not, because there are wrong.
How bad can the Las Vegas Raiders be? I don't care that you trade Crosby. Trade him for more picks, whatever. Yeah. Stop wasting them away. If you're going to tell me they're going to trade the number 1 pick to get more picks so that they can bring back Derek Carr, who's nothing but injured every single year since he left the Raiders, you're out of your mind.
If I was Clint Kubiak, I would immediately say, yeah, I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't even go sign the papers. Take the next flight back. to Seattle.
I'm breaching. I'm pulling a Belichick. I'm breaching everything. Oh, sweet God.
Oh, dear.
George Carl, Coach Seattle, Phil Jackson of Vegas. Oh, God. What are we doing here? But, as we're on this whole Super Bowl thing, let's talk about Sam Darnold for a second, shall we? Because the label is no more. The jokes, the seeing ghosts. I think Drake May was seeing those same ghosts last night.
Yeah, I think he was.
And like I said, I know a lot of people say, okay, well, this could have been the start of the revival of his career. A lot of people could say it was back in Minnesota, which, I mean, as a player, yes. But
Yeah.
I strongly still think that year that he took and sat in San Francisco as a backup and listened and learned from Kyle Shanahan is what really turned his career around. I personally think that was the start of Sam Darnold's revival of his career because he went and sat with Shanahan. He learned from that system, and then he's gone to every other coach basically that is around the same system. O'Connell in Minnesota, Kubiak. We don't talk about that year for Sam Darnold enough.
Yeah, and we may see Mac Jones in the same boat. He might go out and be pursued by a couple of teams to potentially fight for a starting job.
Well, fun fact, Jones is still under contract. They would have to trade for him.
That'd be a good trade to make.
It sounds like San Francisco is not interested at the moment.
Damn, they just don't believe in Purdy, do they?
Dustin, I can only imagine how that felt for you last night. By the way, shocker, just like every other head coach this offseason, Clint Kubiak is getting a 5-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. And if I was him, I'm like, not starting off my tenure with Derek Carr, off injured and out of retirement. I'm doing that.
I'm having a clause added to my contract that if you trade away the number 1 pick, I'm allowed to resign from my job.
I'm not trying to imitate this comment either. I'm actually I did see this earlier.
Oh, I know. I did too. Welcome back to the NFL, Adam Gase.
Just when we thought Justin Herbert was saved.
So I think it was last week's show that we someone brought up about quarterbacks that might be off their teams in a few years, and I think Herbert's name was mentioned in one of them.
I like how you took a sip after you said that. But no, I just think back to Sam Darnold. I think what he did over the past 2 years, and like you said, still has the mistakes, still the turnovers are there, but welcome to the NFL. It happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost every NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Outside of a very select group.
Yeah, exactly. But for him to do what he did, look, let's not forget he took a gamble on himself this year because, when you're a guy that goes through, I'm not trying to say it's the same situation. I think we could agree when he came into the league, Baker Mayfield was already a better quarterback than Sam in the beginning.
Yeah.
But look at Baker. I mean, he goes to Tampa, has one really good year, and he's like, well, I'm not going to leave the place that turned me into this. I'm going to stay here. Now, it's the right decision. Baker, in my eyes, made the right call. And Tampa and him have been a perfect fit since day one, and they're going to still be an NFC playoff team because of him.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, Sam could have done that. Even though Minnesota was still hell-bent on the fact that, they want to give JJ a shot. Man, I don't give a damn where you draft the guy. If someone's there winning you games and putting you in a good spot, then you got to freaking make a tough call. And let's just be real now. The guy who drafted McCarthy just got booted a few weeks ago. So what's that tell you?
Mm-hmm.
But for him to go to a team with, no offense, a little bit less talent than Minnesota. Minnesota's got more talent, in my opinion.
You think so?
Well, do you think any of Seattle's tight ends are better than TJ Hockenson?
Well, let's see. With Hawkinson's health,
Okay.
And honestly, this year, he was not utilized in the offense a lot at all. Not
Do
like
you
we've seen in
see
the past.
who the quarterback
Well,
was?
that is true. But even like when you had like Carson Wentz out there for a few weeks, he still was underutilized. And Carson Wentz loves his tight ends.
No, he only likes tight ends named Zach Ertz.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
all right, well, okay. So let's be fair here. Let's say this: JSN and Jettas, they cancel each other out. They're
Yeah,
both studs. Do you Jordan Addison's better than any other wide receiver
he
right
is.
now on Seattle outside of JSN?
Yeah, he is. And that's also without Shaheed got added during the season. So Darnold
Yeah.
went there without knowing he was going to get him at some point.
By the way, shout out Cooper Kupp. He didn't win the MVP, but he did lead the team in receiving yards. I was on fire this weekend. I was on fire. Guys, go rewatch Friday Night Gridiron Picks. I was on fire.
Yeah, you did all right with your predictions.
All right. Yeah. Okay, bud.
Did all right.
Dustin said Todd Bowles is on the hot seat if they don't improve from what they had. I mean, I don't disagree with that, but man, that team was so banged up last year.
They were.
That's not a surprise. And that's why he was fired.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Dustin, fair point. I'm making an example. Like to go to a team in Minnesota to have that much established talent and then go to a team that they're resetting everything. I mean, there's a team that trades DK Metcalf, releases Tyler Lockett, and are moving on from Geno Smith and making you the guy. It's a complete reset. We were all sitting here like, all right, well, maybe Seattle's a playoff team, but I don't think we ever could have expected this.
No, we didn't.
And for what Mike McDonald has done in his short time in Seattle, building up easily one of the best defenses in the league. Do you know what I love about the last two Super Bowls between us and them?
What's that?
Defense matters again.
Yeah.
In a world where they are doing nothing but catering the rules around the offense. Oh, you get to start with the ball at the 40 now, for God's sakes. The defense matters again. The last two Super Bowls were won by two of the most dominant defensive performances we've ever seen. And it's going to continue like that.
Yep. Because what does Mike say?
Go ahead.
Come on,
I'll
Sam.
let you.
This is your moment to shine.
It's all about the D.
Yes, it is. Defense.
I'm not talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, no. Yeah, it'll never be about the Dallas Cowboys.
Because nobody cares about the Dallas Cowboys.
But they're America's team.
What's up, Zolt?
What's up, Zolt? Spot on. Defense wins championships.
Yep, offense sells tickets. Dustin, I'm going to try to save a lot of my thing for this Friday about this. All I'm going to say is I'm going to leave it right here. And Tyler, I don't know if you have the same view as me, but I want to see what you say. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Anybody they hired is going to be behind the eight ball because they have to look who they have to replace.
They're big shoes to fill.
Exactly.
I mean, the man was a legend in NFL coaching circles. I mean, how many offensive line coaches do you think people know by name?
Oh, and Dustin, he's not the favorite. He got the job. Cooper was hired already. They hired him. They didn't.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive more into that.
Yeah, we'll have some stuff to discuss on the show on Friday.
Oh, we're going to have a very fun show Friday.
Those are some of my thoughts.
So Dustin, for what I saw he did not get fired. His contract expired. They just chose not to renew it. So,
Yeah,
but
I
again,
still didn't look the way their O-line looked this year. And
Minnesota's yeah.
they were
Do you
beat
know
up.
how many?
They were beat up.
Yeah,
I know.
no. Do you want to hear this? 25 different offensive line combinations this year.
Well, with the health of the Eagles' offensive line, we might be looking at the same thing. And I'm not going
I'm
to put
sure.
that blame on him either, because anytime any coach has to put that many different starting units together because people are constantly hurt and banged up, it's just a bad thing overall.
Yeah.
Dustin said it's getting fired nicely.
I mean, if that's getting fired not nicely, that's fine.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, you got to think about it. Would the Eagles ever have said, "Oh, Jeff Stoutland, your contract's going to be expired. We're just not going to choose to renew it"?
No, because they were never going to let Stoutland's contract expire.
Exactly. Well, you remember that one year where we had to fight because Saban wanted to get him on his staff at Alabama?
Saban wanted to get him back on his staff at Alabama.
Yeah.
Because that's where Chip brought him from.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
2011, 2012, he was the offensive line coach at Bama, and Chip brought him here.
Man, imagine the only one good thing out of the Chip Kelly era.
So my thought of it is I'm not judging it because guess what? Any person they brought in was going to be behind the 8 ball because they have to replace Jeff Stoutland.
Yeah.
It's just a wait and see thing.
Exactly. So wait and see.
So, but anyway, let's get back into a little more of the Super Bowl, and then I mean we're already a half hour in, so I mean I want to get back to the Seahawks defense because I can't remember a single time where Drake May was comfortable at all in this football game.
No, he really wasn't. I mean, they had to adjust their game plan. They couldn't take any deep shots down the field. They got lucky that their only touchdown of the night, I think it was their only, unless they scored a garbage time touchdown. I didn't watch the end of the game. So I don't know. Did they kick 2 field goals to get to 13, or did they go for 2 and they failed? And that's why they had 13. That's what happened.
Yeah, they scored a garbage time.
They changed the game plan to go to short, quick passes because Drake May had about 2.5 seconds to throw the football. It's the pressure just coming nonstop everywhere.
Now, hold on a second, Dustin, because this is where they tie in together. The 2024 O-line was bad, and they thought they fixed it. They signed Kelly, who had 3 concussions all season. They signed Fries. Darisaw was banged up. It goes together. It's like I said, I can't fully judge it. Well, first of all, I can't judge nothing on February the 9th.
Yeah, because I still don't know if I'm going to lose 2 starters or not.
I don't even know who's going to be on my offensive line next year.
So, yeah, honestly, it don't matter who's coaching them at this point. I mean, you might lose two all-pros.
And let's be real. If both of them play next year, it's a lot more talent on that Eagles O-line than the Vikings have had in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing, guys. You could say coach... See, this is the thing. And this isn't directed like a Dustin. This is to Philadelphia. We are going to be so hyped up over an offensive line coach for the next 3 weeks that it's going to be sickening. Ultimately, you know how a good coach prevails? When their players play well. Well, Statler was the best offensive line coach in football. This guy has to replace him. Well, Jeff Stoutland's guys didn't play well last year.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, you were one of the bottom O-lines as well.
Yeah, so
you know, and I get it.
I said,
Stoutland gets so much praise because the development that he's had with guys like Mailata, a former rugby player, never played football in his life, organized football in his life, and now he's one of the best left tackles in the league. Lane's just a Hall of Famer. We don't need to talk about him. But I mean,
And
everything he's been able to do. When we brought in oh my gosh, Mekhi Becton last year, thought he was going to be backup tackle. They moved him into right guard, and he was one of the best right guards in the league.
then he went to the Chargers. Look what happened.
Yeah, and he he looked like the Jets Becton.
That Chargers O line's a mess. Anthony brought up earlier, isn't it crazy Dallas will tag Pickens for $25 million, but not give him a deal because you can't pay a higher second wide receiver $35 million. Well,
Whoa.
and this is why the franchise tag, in my opinion, is a broken thing.
It is. It really should be a mutual thing where both parties have to agree on it.
I don't even care if they don't have the mutual agreement, but I think they should make a rule that after the first one, you can't do it again.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay. 49ers defensive lineman Keon White was shot in the ankle earlier this morning.
Oh, wow.
In the downtown San Francisco area. White is in surgery now.
Jeez.
Good Lord. He is currently undergoing surgery at a local hospital, and they will provide further updates. Okay. Wow. We're going to keep that away from, I'm not going to go near that right now. Holy crap. And Dustin makes a great point here. This was like the 0-1 Ravens with Dilfer and the 0-2 Bucks with Johnson. Two elite defenses that basically put their feet in the ground and teed off. It did, because up until the fourth quarter, New England had held Seattle to 4 field goals, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, what more can you ask? Like that loss, it's not on the Patriots defense.
Absolutely not.
They did all they could. They played a very Philadelphia Eagles game.
Oh,
they give
God,
give your all, keep the game close. But when your offense just can't move the ball and do anything, get any first downs, they slow down. It falls apart eventually.
Yeah. And like we brought up earlier, Christian Gonzalez, in my opinion, may be one of the top 5 best players on the football field last night. Milton Williams, I had a sack, played well. Craig Woodson, this brother was all over the football field. And I feel like every play the Patriots defense made, I was hearing his name. Like,
Yeah.
they did everything they possibly could. Mikey, I don't think New England did have an offensive line last night.
Yeah. Sure looked like it.
Okay, Dustin, again, I understand, yes, you have to coach up your guys, but you can't coach up guys when you don't know which 5 guys are available week in and week out.
And also, I mean, you had the drunk dog, also known as JJ McCarthy, in the back. So he didn't make anyone look better.
5 all pros in front of him, and he probably still threw 4 interceptions. And the thing is, we're going to be going through an offensive line kind of change because everything's changing on the offensive side of the ball. But like we said, that's going to be something for Friday we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Dustin, you can't. It don't matter how much you offer the guy if the guy doesn't want to stay. Stoutland left on his own terms, and it's because Sean Mannion and him. It's different type of style of offense that Stoutland has no familiar things with.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin, it basically is. The franchise tag is basically arbitration in baseball. You get 3 arbitration years in baseball, you get 2 franchise tags. Anthony, we are not going to bring up said Falcons player. We do not associate ourselves with idiots, mutants, morons, and stupid NFL players. And Zolt said, "Did you see the Witherspoon comments about the Pats O-line? They could tell the blocking scheme by how certain guys were leaning pre-snap." Yeah.
I did not hear that, but by the way that they performed and how easy they were getting by guys, that doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yep, George, I just riled that off here a second ago. Hope and prayers up for Keon White. Hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
You gotta do stupid shit, man. We had a nice Super Bowl week. Everything was nice over there. We had to do stupid crap.
Man.
But no, and that was the thing. The Patriots, they were not prepared for anything that Mike McDonald threw at them. Like, you rushed four, Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy were all over it. And then here come the defensive backs. Here comes Witherspoon. Here comes Eamon Wari, who, by the way, that ankle looked just fine last night.
Yeah.
Like, these guys were playing out of their mind. Like, they dominated the Patriots up front the entire freaking night. All right. Well, Dustin, since you're bringing up Derek Carr and the Raiders earlier, why not?
Oh, man. Wow.
Hell, why don't you see what Antonio Brown's up to at this point?
Whoa. Too far.
Is it really? Is it too far? Is it really?
Hey, you know what? For the Raiders, no, nothing's too far.
Kubiak would be the first coach to ever back out of a contract in like 2 hours. But I think we can put our spin on this entire season right now because it was a fun season.
Yeah, it definitely was.
And
Dustin, I think few teams will definitely give Ruggs a look. He'll definitely be on thin ice, but
I like the sound of thin ice. I'd like for the ice outside to be thin.
I like for there to be no ice at all.
Yeah, I would like to know what my lawn looks like. Haven't seen it in a month.
Just get out a ice pick and start chipping away.
You don't want to talk about that, trust me. But yeah, no, it was a fun year. This was a very fun season of covering the NFL. And it ends with the Seahawks hoisting the Vince Lombardi trophy in Super Bowl 60.
Yep. Great season by them. Everyone played great defense. Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, JSN.
Dustin, I don't care that he worked with him. And yes, I'm aware he worked with him. I don't care that he worked with him. I'm not taking a job if my solution at quarterback is a just retired quarterback with a bad shoulder.
Yeah. Who, before he was, injured constantly in New Orleans, he was not lighting it up at all in New Orleans. He hasn't played a good season of football since he left the Raiders.
Dustin, this is a team in the Raiders that needs to have some long-term solutions. Derek Carr is not a long-term solution.
It would be the biggest malpractice and screw up that the Raiders could ever accomplish if they traded away the Mendoza pick. And their option was Derek Carr. Now, if you were to tell me they were going to trade away that pick and they were going to, get a package put together for Joe Burrow, then, maybe.
Do you have anything to add to that real quick? We've got more breaking news. Per NFL insider Jordan Schultz, Browns tight end David Njoku has announced on his Instagram that he will not be returning to Cleveland.
Oh. Good for him. I mean, the Browns. That's why they drafted Harold Fannin. You gotta you try and get younger while you're trying to do whatever rebuild you are.
I'm just going to say it now. Don't be surprised if he ends up in Philadelphia.
I
Just
would be
throwing it out there.
surprised if it would be a surprise if we brought back Dallas and went after him.
No,
If we didn't bring back Dallas, then yeah, obviously they need to make some sort of splash at tight end in free agency.
that's not even a splash. It's not even about making a splash. We don't currently have a tight end on the roster.
Oh man, you're right. Not even Calcaterra.
I'd rather, and now right there, I'd rather have Njoku over Calcaterra.
Oh yeah,
Calcaterra stinks.
easily.
Zoll also makes a good point there. That Carr's still technically under contract.
Mm.
Hold on, Dustin. Are we still forgetting the $33 million mistake named Geno Smith?
Oh no, he's gonna get sent to New Orleans because they're gonna want to. Yeah, they're gonna want to take on that contract.
Kellen Moore is gonna call Howie, fire Sean Mannion, I'm coming back.
Oh,
Well, George is a very happy man right now.
man, the snake is finally out of here. Tell us how you really feel about him, George.
You know, Dustin makes a good point. I could definitely see Njoku showing up. And
you know, that's great and all, but like when Drake London was healthy the whole beginning of the year, I only saw the ball going his way every single game. If it wasn't in Bijan's hands. Pitts didn't really get going until London started getting hurt and missing time.
No, Pitts got going when a veteran quarterback started playing. That's when Pitts got going.
But they kind of both correlated with each other. But I can see your point you're trying to make.
Oh, dude, the NFL offseason is going to be so fun. Guys, just so you know, we are going to get some NBA talk over here in the next couple of weeks. But man, the NFL offseason just makes it very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin, he better be cut.
What's that penalty for cutting them? That's gotta be a big cap hit.
Anthony said people watched Geno's season. It was as bad as all the money for a below the bottom quarterback.
Yeah.
And Dustin brings up Stefanski is running the show now, not Zach Robinson. Stefanski knows that he's doing it's a play caller. Give him Pitts and Njoku, and Atlanta becomes instantly scary. It could work.
As long as they don't trade Kirk Cousins.
It sounds like Cousins is going to be released.
Mm. And he's going to go back to Minnesota. I bet that makes Dustin very happy.
That is on the table. So I kind of think we all should expect that at this point.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll be very interesting to see where the Kirk Cousins thing ends up this offseason. But all right, Tyler, we want to jump into some NBA trade deadline talk, or do we want to keep this humming here?
Real quick, but Dustin, $10 million. On what planet are you going to get Kirk Cousins for $10 million a year?
Who do you think Kirk Cousins is, my guy?
Dude, he could still play. That's like backup money. $10 million a year. Even crappy starters get over $25 million.
If it's a 1-year deal in case Cousins doesn't want to go like over the top and like play
for $20 million. But $10 million.
1 year, $20 million. I mean, that's another thing, too. I could see Cousins taking a little less to return to Minnesota because, I mean, he did have a really nice point of his career there. So I could definitely see it. But again, March can't get here fast enough. I mean, yeah, but again, like, is it? Here's the thing: when Sam Darnold signed his prove-it deal, is a lot different. Kirk Cousins has proven something. Sam Darnold at the time proved nothing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that you have to consider when it comes to the Kirk Cousins contract. I could see him getting $12 million easily. Okay. And we're off. George, not me this time.
We're off and running.
Off and running. George, he is not going back to Washington. I think Mariota's still under contract. And he ain't going somewhere to be a backup.
Yeah.
And I think Arizona, Mike LaFleur, like Dustin said last week, works great with pocket quarterbacks, but I think they're going to end up re-signing Jacoby. I 100% think Jacoby's going back to Arizona.
It makes sense. Give him a second year in the system, see how he does under new head coach.
But that's the question now. Does Kirk Cousins, Dustin, want to play multiple seasons?
Oh, how old is Kirk now?
He's up. He's getting up there. Here, let me take a check real quick. Kirk Cousins, 37.
No, he can get another 4-year deal.
All right, you go pay a 37-year-old to a 4-year deal. Tell me how that works out, buddy.
All right, here. 4 years, $14 million a year.
Oh man, I think you're not my G. You think you're not the Eagles GM? You'd have us in salary cap hell for the rest of our lives.
Now I'm talking about a desperate team here. All right, the Eagles are not desperate enough for this.
And we're not at that point yet. But oh my. Yeah, Dustin, I still think LaFleur is going to be. I still think LaFleur has a shot to be a decent head coach, but hiring Nathaniel Hackett as your OC does not scream many good ideas.
Nathaniel Hackett. Can't believe he's still getting the offensive coordinating jobs.
I can't believe he's still getting NFL jobs. But Tyler, shall we jump into some NBA talk for the first time in a hot minute?
What's the NBA? Does that stand for something?
Okay, that's funny. NBA trade deadline. Was just, oh, good Lord, Zolt.
Now that's the kind of deal that a fundamentally sound organization would make.
Well, Dustin, I don't know if that's. I mean, I give the Rams credit, but I think that's just kind of the story of Cliff Kingsbury. Why was nobody aching to hire him? And that's the thing. He wasn't even like, who is the offensive coordinator? Because he wasn't hired as that. They said he was joining McVay's staff. There was never a specific role. I don't even know if he's the OC.
Odd. Is McVay planning on retiring or something? Wasn't there rumors like a year or so ago? Yeah, years ago now, that he contemplated retiring.
I'm not handing over that talented team to Cliff Kingsbury if that ever happened. No way.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay, Dustin, yes. But again, it was never given in detail what his role was. They never said he was hired to be the offensive coordinator. They said he was hired to be on his staff. So was he named the offensive coordinator? Because I don't see anything that says he's the offensive coordinator. For what I'm seeing, he is a senior offensive assistant. He is not the offensive coordinator. For what I'm reading, it says senior offensive assistant. So I don't think the Rams currently do have a freaking offensive. Well, they do have an offensive coordinator, Sean McVay.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay said, "All right, you know what?
That's
I
why
am
no one
not
wants to
going
take the job. You know, he's just going to be like, I'm just going to hire a few assistants to co-coordinate the offense."
But all right, guys, let's put a wrap on the NFL for a little bit now because the NFL is going to take over our lives starting March the 9th anyway. We have, like Dustin said, Wednesday on Hitting Home, we're going crazy. We got pitchers and catchers reporting. But right now, let's hop into some NBA trade deadline talk because the trade deadline in the NBA was crazy last week.
Where do we start?
I mean, I know where I'm gonna start. I'm starting in Cleveland.
Okay.
Because I think the Cavs got that much better. There's some good teams. There's some teams that made out well this trade deadline. Even some teams that are rebuilding.
Let's talk about the Cavs.
I did see this earlier.
Was it Marquette? Really?
Yeah, him and another group are trying to repurchase the Mavs. He's seen enough.
Wow.
Don't blame him.
Damn, man, I saw the team and you guys trade away star after star after star.
You trade Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, and then you trade Anthony Davis. What are we doing here, guys?
Ridiculous.
You know, I can make the case that trading Anthony Davis was a good thing. But we'll get to the Wizards, and I don't even know what they're doing at this point. But so look, I know the big news broke last Tuesday when we were doing DA with James Harden getting traded there straight up for Darius Garland. And personally, I think the Cavs are a better team with James Harden than they are with Darius Garland. I like Darius Garland, but the guy can't stay healthy.
I mean, that is true. But I mean, I'm just looking at James Harden's track record. And everything that has gone down, every team he's been on. And I just don't feel like it's the right move for this young Cavs team to make.
Okay, but what did you get? Look what you gave up. You gave up a guy who's played 20 games because of a toe injury.
Yeah.
A toe injury. Isaiah freaking Thomas had his ankle swollen up like a balloon and played on it. And now we have guys missing months because of toe injuries.
Hey, man, if you got that turf toe, what do we call it when you're playing on the hardwood, though?
I got a good joke one, but we're not going to go there right now. But anyway.
Oh, jeez.
But the thing is, James Harden at 36 years old is averaging 25 points and 8 assists.
Yeah. And almost
if Donovan Mitchell has one of those Donovan Mitchell nights where it's not going his way, James Harden can give you that same scoring production. And if
do you
not,
think they clash at all?
What's that?
Do you think they clash at all?
If you would have asked me this about 5 years ago, I may have said yes. But when James Harden got to Brooklyn, he kind of has been the one everywhere he's gone to step back on the offensive side and become that team's main facilitator. Because that's the other thing the Cavs have not had. They don't have a consistent facilitator. Garland was decent at it, but he was always hurt, so he was never on the floor. Donovan Mitchell is not a facilitator. Donovan Mitchell is a score-first combo guard. Yeah. But when he got to Brooklyn with Kyrie and Durant, James Harden clearly knows where his role is. He can still give you his points, but he knows he has to be the facilitator of the offense. He did it in Brooklyn. He did it in Philly with Joel and Maxey when they were becoming the duo in Philadelphia. Now, he has gone up. His scoring's gone up back now that he's with the Clippers. But again, when Mr. Load Management misses a week because, he accidentally plucked his eyebrow out too hard and needs to miss 3 months of the season, you got to have to score. But I think it fits perfectly. Then you got the pick and roll game with him and Mobley, him and Jared Allen. I think Harden complements them perfect. Because, Tyler, that's the thing. When you're a young team like this, you kind of have to get a guy in there who's been around the block for a bit. Now, look, I'm not going to say James Harden is the Mr. Key to winning everything. He hasn't won crap in his career yet. I understand that, but I do think the fit is good. But I'm going past that, because they made another trade earlier before that even helps them more, and that was getting Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder from Sacramento.
Yeah, that's a good pickup.
Because Lonzo Ball has stunk.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in Chicago, he was a backup facilitator. He was a good defender. Whatever is going on with his ankles, it's completely derailed his entire time right now. And Cleveland shipped them out because they needed two things. They needed some more wings that could defend and space the floor, and they needed a point guard that could ball handle off the bench. Dennis Schroeder, which, by the way, we need to do a segment on the best journeyman in NBA history. Dennis Schroeder may be on the top tier of that list.
He's got to be. I mean, man, how's his NBA team checklist looking? Wonder if he almost completed it.
One moment, please. We got to see. We got to see this. All right, Dennis Schroeder has played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams.
11 teams. Yep, that's what I counted. Oh. Wow.
And George said that they gave up a lame duck for Harden. He's good with it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good point. You know, we use this phrase too much. The best ability is availability.
And that's the thing. Harden at 36 is honestly always available.
Yeah.
But back to the other trade I was saying with Cleveland. And with Keon Ellis, another guy, he's a wing that is going to he plays excellent defense and he spaces the floor. He was shooting 36% from three this year with Sacramento. He shot over 40% in the 2 years prior. And he's only played 2 games in Cleveland. He's already shooting 50%. And the big reason why the Ellis move helps them is, Jalen Tyson has emerged this year. He's had a tremendous year for Cleveland. He's averaging 14 points, shooting 47% from three. He's averaging almost a steal a game. They have desperately missed Max Strus. Because when they signed him, and now he's still out with that foot injury, he hasn't even played a game yet this year.
Yeah.
When they signed him, they thought that he was going to be that 3-and-D defender that would just take care of all those problems. Now, clearly, since he's left Miami, he hasn't been healthy. But now Tyson emerging as a good role player for them has helped them a little. But now you got Ellis coming off the bench that can give you that perimeter defense, that can give you that floor spacing, on top of Dennis Schroeder, who can give you an easy 12 to 14 points off the bench. And now you add James Harden. I like the fits. I know you don't seem too crazy about the Harden fit, but he at least knows that he can take, if he has to take a backseat to Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, which, newsflash, he can. That's where I'm at with Harden. I just think it was a young team making a win-now move, and you didn't trade the farm to do it.
Yeah, it was a good swap. I mean, my thing is, I hope that they're able to build the chemistry with such a short time, with more than half the season gone now. And I mean, his game that he's played with them so far, 23 points. He had 2 total rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and the classic 3 turnovers. The usual James Harden. But
hey, 3 is actually pretty damn impressive.
It is impressive for him. But yeah, I mean, if he can come in and continue to be that facilitator for them, then that'll definitely help out Donovan Mitchell a lot. And then, hopefully they can kind of get maybe like a Tatum Brown dynamic where you need at least one of them to go off in a game. And if they both do, great. But you need at least one of them.
Yeah. And what Clint just brought up here, by the way, what's up, Clint?
What's going on, Clint?
What James Harden can do with a big man. I mean, look what Embiid's life was a lot easier when Harden was in Philly. I kind of still wish Harden was in Philly sometimes, but Daryl Morey's a snake and a liar, and that's why he's not here anymore. After this trade deadline, I'm starting to realize with the Sixers who's the real snake and who's the real liar. But it's not Daryl Morey. I hate to break it to some Sixer fans. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh no.
But no, Harden is the perfect complement to that young Cavs team. And Clint made a good point here. The only thing that Harden may have to get used to is sometimes being a spot-up shooter, which he hasn't really done much in his career. But again, you got to take the bad with the good in a lot of scenarios. Nothing's ever perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like the fit. I really like the fit for Harden in Cleveland. And I like the acquisitions of Ellis and Schroeder. I think that helps those teams out a ton. It makes them deeper. It gives them more help on the perimeter. They didn't sell the farm to get it. And all right, they had to trade off some guys. Lonzo Ball wasn't helping them at all.
Nope.
And it's just how it goes sometimes. You got to make some uncomfortable moves. And again, Darius Garland was a good pick for the Cavs all them years ago since he's been there, but he wasn't making them better. All right, so Tyler, where do you want to go next on this?
Why don't we go over to the first kind of blockbuster trade that we saw a month ago? Trae Young for CJ McCollum, Corey Kispert.
You want we could tie that into Anthony Davis too.
Yeah. Which maybe the Wizards have an idea of where they want to go. But I still know Anthony Davis isn't happy about
it. I guess the Wizards know where they're going.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they do have some young pieces. I mean, they have Trey Johnson, who's averaging 13 points per game this year. He's had a very nice season. They've got some young talent. They have Alex Sarr, their center, who's averaging 17 and 8, 2 blocks. So, I mean, could Anthony Davis play power forward next to him?
Yeah. Not sure. Hope so.
They have Keyshawn George, averaging 15 a game, 15, 5, and 5.
Veteran and Chris Middleton. He's averaging 10 points a game for him.
Yes, but it looks like Middleton's probably going to be a buyout candidate. Oh, Anthony's calling you out, Ty.
Anthony, I'm sure the tickets are still cheap enough. You go buy one for me. Go sit there, video record it, and then we'll talk about the game.
Wow. Shots fired. I just honestly don't really know what Trae Young and Anthony Davis bring to a current NBA team anymore. I mean, Anthony Davis is still he is one of the most talented big men in the league, but that man cannot stay on the basketball court.
Yeah, like we're along. If this was, back when AD was first getting traded from, was it the Pelicans to the Lakers? I mean, that's a different star right there. But now he's getting older. It's always hurt. Always something going on. He doesn't seem thrilled to be in Washington, so there's probably going to be another injury on the horizon.
But Flint makes a good point here. The Wizards could be sneaky next year because if AD's healthy, Trae Young, again, you have AD, Sarr, George, Johnson, and they're going to have that top 5 pick coming up in the draft. They could be something next year.
Yeah.
And So let's tie it into another team that made a trade like this that's not that great. Look at the Jazz getting Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, Lauri Markkanen's been a great player for them since they got him. They have Keontae George, another young player who they really like. They have Ace Bailey, who's played well in his rookie year. Now, Walker Kessler's only played 5 games this year and is out for the year with that labrum injury in his shoulder. But he's also about to hit restricted free agency. So was this Jaren Jackson move a way of saying that they're not going to bring Walker Kessler back?
Yeah, maybe. I can see it.
But I mean, if you were to bring back Kessler, you have him, Jaren, Lauri, and then now you're cooking with something there. Because Utah's in the same boat. They're a 16-37 team right now. My God, they're bad. But they have some young talent. I mean, and Isaiah Collier is another young talented player that they have. I mean, the kid's had 22 assists in a game.
Wow.
I mean, he's coming off the bench averaging 10 points and 7 assists. I mean, Keontae George is averaging 24 points per game this year, shooting 45% from the field, 38% from 3. Shout out to the steady veteran Shvi Mikhailu, who's on like his 12th NBA team.
Who?
You don't know ball, man. Come on.
What did you call me?
I think nothing. Ace Bailey, rookie year, took a little while to get acclimated to the NBA in the first couple of weeks, but he's averaging almost 12 points, shooting pretty well from 3. Lauri's having a tremendous year. Bryce Sensabaugh averaging 12 points off their bench. Yeah, this team could possibly be players too. Oh yeah, Clint, but like you just said with the Wizards, you can make the same case for Utah. They're going to have Jackson and George and Collier and Sensabaugh and Markkanen. And even with Walker Kessler out, they're going to have a high draft pick. So the Jazz could be another team to be looking out for in the near future. And it's something we have to look at. Yeah, Clint, when you blow a 17-point lead and you don't play your 2 best players in the second half, yeah, you're tanking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the talk of the town nowadays.
I'd find teams for that, personally.
Yeah. Like, come on. You can't make it so obvious. The tanking is an art. The art of the tank.
Sam Hinkie is proud somewhere. But no, yeah, I think the Wizards and Jazz are making clearly they're making moves for the future. Like Trae Young, I think they even said Trae Young is probably not going to play again this year. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next year with those high draft picks. They have young talent. Now they got veterans. I mean, Jaren Jackson, Jaren Jackson is still a long-term piece. He's only 26.
Yep.
Not to mention, dude's one of the best defensive big men in the league.
That's definitely, it was a good pickup for him. If they can fill out the rest of the pieces.
Clint?
Oh, yes,
my team knows the art of staying under the luxury tax. That's why we traded Jared McCain for a bag of pinballs and got nothing back in return.
Bag of pinballs.
You get the first. So hold on. They trade Jarrett McCain to the Thunder. Why you would trade him to the best team in the NBA, I have no idea. To make them better.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher. I mean, they got a future first round pick out of it.
It was fine until Morey opened his mouth and said, "Oh, well, we made the Jarrett McCain trade to make another trade using those assets for another player, but nothing materialized. Nothing came to fruition. So you traded a young, promising player for draft capital, and you didn't have another move lined up already? So is James Harden right? Because you sound like a liar."
Wow.
Paul George is suspended for at least another 20 games. Which, by the way, I don't want to hear about. He's a jabron too. Guys, you're professional athletes. You have agents that represent you. Call the league and ask, can I take this? You're given lists of stuff you can and can't take. Stupid.
No, they'll never find out. They found out.
No, you know what it was? They saw him drop those 8 3-pointers against Milwaukee and they randomly drug tested him.
Here's your random drug test, Mr. George.
It was so funny.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, Tyler, I'll let you go second on this one. Tyrese Maxey is playing like one of the best guards in the game. VJ Edgecombe is a clear candidate for Rookie of the Year. The big fella is actually healthy and playing amazing basketball right now.
Shocker.
And they stand pat and do nothing.
Well, Sam, they made some move. It just didn't add anything to the team. I mean, let's see. Where do the 76ers land on the current rankings?
They were sitting
Currently sitting, yeah, 6th place. Fifth. Oh wait, that's home record. 30-22. Not a big difference between the 6, 7, and 8. It's within a couple of games. I mean, what move? Tell me, Sam. What move could have propelled this Sixers team, into the top 3? What could they have done?
Would have added something that would have gave them depth to help until Paul George comes back.
Depth is that could, but if you're just looking to add depth until getting Paul George back, once you get Paul George back, what does that acquisition do for you then? Does he get
makes your bench? It makes your bench deeper.
I don't know. It's a hard sell.
Well, no. What's a hard sell is explaining that, Quentin Grimes is coming back on a 1-year prove-it deal, so he can go out in free agency and make $18 million a year. It's okay. Jared McCain's going to step right into that Quentin Grimes role next year. Oh, wait, he can't because you traded him. And now, guess what? If the season ended today and you went to the offseason, your backup point guard would be 88-year-old Kyle freaking Lowry.
88, man. Kyle Lowry got
Oh, my God. I swear, Nick Nurse and him have got they got a weird relationship because they ain't allowed to get cut. They trade Eric Gordon, who can actually still shoot the ball a little bit, but no, not Kyle. Got to keep him on the bench.
Oh yeah, Mr. Lowry with his 1 point a game that he's averaging.
Clint, I understand where people are coming with it, but again, these guys are given lists of what they can and can't take. You are a professional basketball player who barely played in the beginning of the season. You have an agent who represents big-time players. Call the league and ask, can I take this? How hard would a phone call have been? I said the same thing with Jose Alvarado with the Phillies. You guys are millionaire athletes. Call the league you play for and say, hey, can I take this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what is so hard about that. Just call the damn league off and say, can I take this damn thing? It's stupid. I don't understand it.
Sam, you want to talk about a team staying put? How do you think I feel? The Miami Heat didn't do nothing.
You guys have been...
We're linked to Giannis. We're linked to Ja Morant. It's never going to happen.
Buddy, you should be happy you don't have Ja Morant.
Yeah, no, he's just one example, but no, trust me, I wouldn't want that head case. I already had to deal with the ups and downs of Jimmy Butler.
I wouldn't want the band. I wouldn't want the basketball player. The basketball player stinks.
Yeah.
At
But
least
no,
Trae Young can shoot.
they just stay put. They're content in their current eighth place spot, battling for their playing game. 2 wins out of sixth place. And it's just meh. It's just meh.
But again, if you look at the way that the NBA is, I mean, let's be real, Tyler. Look at the Memphis Grizzlies. They traded Desmond Bain last offseason and Jaren Jackson Jr. and got back 7 combined first round picks. Are the Heat really in a position to give up that? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know what you just said about the Sixers, but let's be real about something. I at least have Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe.
I at least have Norman Powell and Tyler here, who has only played 11 games this season.
You guys will never get rid of Tyler Hero. I have no idea what the obsession is.
Oh, man. And I feel like if they pushed harder, they could have done it for the Dame trade before the Bucks swooped in and got him. But they were being so stubborn.
Is Pat Riley still making decisions in that front office?
Oh,
I think somebody needs to take the old stallion. I think someone's got to take the old stallion behind the shed and make that call.
Whoa.
Dude, it's been over forever. It's been over since someone took their talents back to Akron.
Jeez.
A decade ago.
Wow.
Yeah, Clint, they're not good. Miami isn't going anywhere.
No. They'll make the playoffs. They're not going to do anything in the playoffs.
Just wasting one of the best coaches we've ever seen.
Yeah. It's tough. It's like they have some pieces. They just need to put it all together. I don't know, like, what. They don't have a true superstar. That's the problem. It's a team full of really good role players and a couple stars. And that's it. They're just missing a superstar. The reasons that they got to some of those finals was because Jimmy Butler elevated his level of play out of nowhere from a star to a superstar.
Yeah.
And willed them there. But without a superstar, I mean, they're just going to be in the same position, around that middle to bottom of the pack playoff team. Probably get bounced in the first round.
Speaking of superstars, and I have a couple other teams I want to talk about before we get out of here, but speaking of superstars, what are your thoughts, man? Tyler, Giannis not traded.
I'll be honest. I mean, I thought this year was going to be the year that we finally saw him get moved from Milwaukee. I mean, it's a team that's, I don't even know where they're ranked at this year. With their record, they might be in like 10th place, 11th place.
Final guess?
Final guess 12th.
Yes.
Let's go.
21-29.
Yikes. I mean, this is a team that they're far from a championship or even playoff team. The last thing they have keeping them going is Giannis. They really need to rebuild and retool. I don't know why they wouldn't have just made the decision to move on from him, gain more assets to rebuild the team. I mean, with their current record, they're probably going to get a top 10 pick next year. I get it. There's been a lot of good moments with Giannis in that organization.
And I agree with Clint here that he is way too passive aggressive. He does not hold that organization accountable enough.
Yeah.
This is an organization that fired Adrian Griffin when they were 30-13 for Doc Rivers. Who fires a head coach mid-season when you're at the top of your freaking conference for Doc Rivers?
That's disgusting me. That was honestly when I really started losing interest in the NBA. Because I was like, wow, there's just not even that there's no level of respect, but it's absurd. He literally had them at like what, first or second seed in the East,
Yes.
and he gets fired. Like what?
And for Doc Rivers.
Yeah, Doc Rivers, who hasn't accomplished anything since the Celtics.
Mike Tomlin of the NBA.
That's disrespectful to Mike Tomlin.
Honestly, it is. But,
man.
So here's the thing, Tyler, and I know we're talking about the honest thing not getting dealt. Let me ask you this, right? Franchise altering player.
Yeah, easily.
Don't you think now, like, I understand there were some big time names like James Harden, yes, but James Harden, like I just said, he is going to be put into a role in Cleveland. He's not going to be the main guy. It's still Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley's team. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good player. I wouldn't call him a franchise altering player.
No.
But let's look at this, right? The Utah Jazz had to give up 3 first-round picks for him, and the Orlando Magic had to give up 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane. What in God's green earth do you think Giannis is going to get command?
8.
And I mean, another thing to look at is Giannis, right? Let's be real. Franchise changer. He's completely changed that Bucks franchise around.
Yeah.
Not a good shooter. Not a good player from the out on the perimeter. So you kind of have to don't you kind of have to build your entire offense around him?
You do. It starts with him, and then you got to fill in his weaknesses, basically.
So is it kind of making sense now why he wasn't dealt? Because teams are in the middle of the season. That is a difficult task.
I know why the Heat didn't trade for him.
I'm saying anybody in general.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I know. You're not saying that, but I'm just saying from their aspect, I understand it. I don't see where he fits because if you bring him in, I mean, you already dropped Bam down to a power forward, and Kello Ware's playing starting center. Are you gonna put Giannis on the court with them? No. So one of them probably gets moved, and I don't think they want to move on from either of those two.
No. Now, if the Bucks asked for Tyler Hero, I would have sent him packing in a minute.
Oh, dude, if they if they ask for Tyler Hero, here you go. What else do you want for him?
Oh, 3 first? Okay.
3 firsts and send back over Kevin Porter Jr.?
Clint, they're going to do that because Golden State is doing everything they can to keep the Steph Curry window open, and it's not open anymore.
Oh, it's slammed shut.
You think I think just him and Steve Kerr, that era is done.
It is. I mean, it officially died when Clay left. And even before then, it was already on its way out.
Oh, yeah, Clint, rightfully so. But that's my point, though. If Miami's not giving up Bam, no disrespect to Bam,
yeah,
I'm not giving up.
No,
because Mobley's way better. Mobley's above Bam, and I'm not trying to disrespect Bam at all. But Mobley came into the league with a jumper. That boy's playing the 5. He's playing defense, and he's shooting. I'm not giving up Evan Mobley.
I'll take Bam on the perimeter, though.
Not to mention, this is another one that has some durability issues.
He is, yeah.
He's still out with that calf injury.
That's why teams were probably hesitant on, dishing out a lot of assets to get him.
Exactly.
What are you going to get? You're getting a star that's getting older, getting injured more often.
And the other question that I have here is, back to Golden State. The only reason Golden State's probably going to make that move is to, like we said, to keep the window open with Steph. Because, we're talking about this, and can you name the last? Remember when the Warriors were actually up and coming and they were a team that developed young players? Steph, Clay, Draymond, Harrison Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done that in freaking a decade.
Nope.
I mean, they finally got rid of Jonathan Kuminga, who was actually their best young player, and he couldn't stand playing there. Steve Kerr does not like young players.
Yeah, which is crazy. He had most of his success with the younger team of developed players, and now it's just, oh, we got our guys, and we're going to go add on in free agency.
And that's the problem. When you are a team that has to build like that, honestly, that's what Philadelphia was struggling with for a minute. Then we got Maxey. Now we have Edgecombe, which I think we can both agree VJ Edgecombe is going to be a player. And yeah, Clint, that's true. But you know what? Now when you have someone like James Harden, maybe Evan Mobley can take the time to actually rest up. Because you don't have to worry about rushing him and Darius Garland back too early.
There you go.
Like Darius Garland, he's another story for another day. But the Warriors went from this dynamite dynasty of players in the prime of their career to like there's nothing after that. Like when Steph is gone, unless they do get Giannis, it's over. Like it's a full blow up teardown because I mean Jimmy's out with a torn ACL, and I mean that doesn't get better with healing with age.
Nope.
But that's my point, though. They have to go get all these they have to get all these older veteran players, and now they're kind of stuck. Because they can't draft. They can't develop. They haven't developed a player since those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that leave you?
Screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. But, there are some teams that made out pretty dang well this past trade deadline that are in the rebuild. Memphis, look, they get rid of John Morant. They're in good spirits, man. They got 7, like I said, they got 7 draft picks, 7 first rounders for Jackson and Bain. They're going to be in good shape in a couple of years.
Yeah, they will. And like you said, still got to move on from Ja.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. You may get 1 first round pick for Ja.
That's a win at that point.
It's 8 first round picks for 3 players. I think that's pretty fair.
Mm-hmm.
And another team that I like what they did, I do like what the Clippers did. I actually do really like what the Clippers did. I mean, they did get Darius Garland, who, again, I think Garland's a better fit for the Clippers. He can be the point guard. He could be the scoring first guard still there. They got Benedict Mathurin from Indiana in the Zubats trade, and they got Isaiah Jackson, 2 young players. Now, I believe Mathurin is going into restricted free agency this summer, and then they're going to have John Collins still. So if you had a starting 5 next year of Mathurin, Garland, Jackson, Collins, Kawhi, it's not the most appealing team, but it's a younger team to build around Kawhi with. Unless you're going to ultimately try to deal Kawhi, which, I mean, very possible.
Yeah.
But I like what the Clippers did. And I like the Zubats trade to go into Indiana, too. Now, clearly, that's a move for next year because...
I know a team that'll trade for Giannis next year.
Oh, no.
The Lakers after LeBron leaves.
Ew, him and Luka, I don't like that fit at all.
What do the Lakers do? They always try to go for the biggest guys. Even if it's not the best fit.
Do they? Because...
I feel like they do.
This ain't Kobe's Lakers no more, bud.
Oh, clearly we know that.
Those days are way over. But no, I for one. What are your thoughts on that trade, the Zubats trade with the Pacers?
I think it's good. Zubats is a very good replacement for losing Miles Turner. Um, while it's not going to give them much hope this year, but looking at next year when they get healthier, I definitely think you'll see a big improvement with having Zubats on that team. I mean, the guy's just like a walking double double. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I mean, he doesn't give you the floor spacing that Miles Turner did, but he still gives you a solid rim protector. He gives you a guy that can give you a double double. And like
Trust
Clint
me, I
said here,
think with their scores, they could space the floor enough.
well, I mean, they got Neesmith, Nimhart, they've got they still got
Siakam,
Pascal Siakam.
yeah, exactly.
That team is going to be really good next year when they're fully healthy.
They will. That's why I like the move more so for next year with them adding Zubats.
I like a lot of the trades that are going to be for next year. Like I said, I love the Jaren Jackson in Utah thing. I think that's going to work out well.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of covered all the main ones. I think there's like two little ones that I want to go over.
Alvarado added on to the Knicks.
I hate that I love that trade. Because the Knicks, here's the thing. When they got rid of Dante DiVincenzo, why was it? It's because Josh Hart brought that gritty toughness off the bench, and they wanted to put that in the starting lineup. Well, then they decided, you know what? What's one really good wing defender when you can have three? So let's go get Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. And, you know, I mean, Cat, I still don't think Cat's the greatest fit for that Knicks lineup, but they're making it work.
Yeah, they are. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. You can't really complain.
Like the idea. I still don't like the idea of Mike Brown being their head coach, but I'll keep that. We'll save that for another day.
Well, I mean, he's got them at second place right now, tied for second, kind of with Boston.
Okay, and him and LeBron had the Cavs as the 1 seed at all them times in the East, and look what happened.
Good point.
I've heard the Mike Brown story too many times. But like they really, since they moved Hart into the starting five a couple years back, they haven't had that gritty player off the bench. In his first game, he had like 12 points, like 3 assists, and like 2 steals. He brings that gritty toughness off the bench, and they gives them enough scoring power too. Because if he gives you 10 off the bench, that's what the Knicks' biggest issue's been is second unit points. I mean, McBride's done pretty solid. He's given them like 12 a night, but Jordan Clarkson was supposed to be that guy, and they actually have the worst net rating in the league when he's on the floor because he is awful on the defensive side of the floor. Yeah, so now you can kind of switch it up. You know, if you need some more consistent scoring, maybe you go to Clarkson. If you need a guy, some defensive help, you go to Alvarado. I think Alvarado eventually is going to knock Clarkson out of his rotation spot fully, but that may be the move, man, that puts the Knicks in over anyone in the East, even Cleveland. Maybe. I hope. I'm hoping if we get a Cavs-Knicks Eastern Conference Finals. I'm hoping for it, man.
Ooh, man, you don't want to see the Pistons in there?
I would. They're another good damn team, man. Oh, my God. Cade Cunningham, Duran is playing amazing. Duncan Robinson's actually been a pretty solid fit over there, too.
Man.
Well, I'm just saying, when you got a guy like Cade Cunningham, you got to give him 2 things: a good big man to run the pick and roll with, and shoot.
Hey, yeah, he can shoot. Can't play defense, but he can shoot.
So, neither can JJ Redick. Neither can JJ Redick, but he made a career out of it.
Exactly. Yeah, if it works, it works. You know.
Another one I really that I hate because I like it. And I hate it because it looks like Jason Tatum is starting to rehab. He's down in Boston's G League team right now practicing.
I saw that, dude. Oh, my gosh.
I hate the fact that they got Nikola Vucevic. I absolutely can't stand the fact that Nick Vucevic is a Celtic.
That's a good center for them. They really have not had a good center.
Well, okay. They haven't had a lot of offensive production from their center.
Yes. They've had good traditional center play.
Quinta's played okay though. He's averaging 10 points, 8 rebounds, and about a block and a half a game.
Yeah, solid.
Oh no, but like that's the thing now. And now Vucevic in his first game in Boston had 11 and 6 off the bench. Now it's like I just said with Alvarado with Jordan Clarkson. Vucevic is a good scoring big guy who probably can't defend Jaylen Brown in the post in practice. But so when you need a stop, you go to Cueto. When you need some offense, you go there because Boston, it's been a 3-man show all year. It's been Derek White, that little Timu TJ McConnell, Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard, man. Gives me nightmares, dude.
Dude, the most YMCA looking player I've ever seen, and the dude's averaging 15. It's unbelievable. He can't jump. He
actually averaging 17.
Oh, it's even worse than I thought.
Don't disrespect him.
I thought when I went to the Xfinity Mobile Arena early in the season, it was right in the beginning of the NBA Cup series when the Celtics were playing the Sixers. I thought I was just watching Larry Bird, but 8 inches shorter. I swear to God.
Larry Bird's son.
Oh my God, Peyton Bird.
Peyton Bird.
But no, but like I hate, and Vucevic has been such a thorn in the Sixers side because of course they had him and they moved him in the Bynum trade all those years ago. But
is there a shot you see Tatum playing this year? Do you think they rush him back, or do you think they give him all the time he needs?
I mean, he's not even a year removed from that surgery yet.
And dude, they're not struggling. They're literally they're a top seed in the East without him.
Now, I'm sorry. I know it's going to go to the best player in the league, but to me, that screams, I'm sorry, Jaylen Brown should be the MVP for that.
Dude, I've said it for a while. I always view Jaylen Brown as the best overall player on that team. Tatum's the flashiest, high scoring, but when it comes down to every single aspect, facilitating, defense, and scoring, it's Brown.
Without a doubt.
Damn, man, we just couldn't get Jaylen Brown on a different team. We just couldn't have broke up the duo. We had our chance.
Well, I could have, but I took Ben Simmons. Apparently, by the way, now wants to become a professional fisher or something.
Oh, really? Oh, his return to the NBA didn't work out? Because I thought that was going to happen.
And we're done. But yeah. Honestly, my big winner of the deadline, I'm going to go with Cleveland. I just think Cleveland did a really good job. And I like the Ellis and Schroeder move more than the Harden move. And I love the Harden move. But just to get two more guys off the bench that can bring you scoring, some shooting, some freaking perimeter defense help. I love that move. My biggest loser, I'm going to go with the Bulls. I have no idea what they were doing. I mean, they're getting Mike Conley, Jay Knight. The guys got like 8. They got like 8 guards on their team, and I don't know if any of them produce anything productive for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would love to go with the same one as you with Cleveland. I mean, I think their additions do the most for them while they're sitting in 4th place right now, trying to get into that top 3. But I'm gonna go with the Knicks because I think it just strengthens the Knicks position that they have in the East.
They're right there, man.
Mm-hmm. They will. They will both bust you. Mm-hmm. You're not prepared for it. You really are not prepared for it. The headband should tell you everything, though. If you see the headband, run.
If you see the Caucasian man in the white jersey, run.
And then my biggest loser, I'm actually going to go with the Washington Wizards.
Not a fan of the AD trade.
Tried to give you some hope earlier to go off of, but no, I mean, Trae Young, what has he done in his career? All he's done was been a flashy scorer. Can't carry the big moments. AD, he's always hurt, so we don't even know if he can get to the big moments. I don't even know that he wants to be there still. I mean, I think the first thing he did when he landed in Washington was sit down with the front office and ask them, "What do you guys want me for?" They traded for
And
you.
how,
You asked them, "Why do you want me?"
and how can you get me back to LA?
How do you get? Can you point me back to LeBron? I need Papa Bron back.
No, not Uncle Bronny. I want Papa Bron.
No, not his son.
No, Clinton. Yeah, like Schroeder is basically what they thought Lonzo was going to be. I think they really thought Lonzo was going to be that guy that give them like 12 points off the bench, give him some facilitating, some solid defense. He didn't give you any of that. So Schroeder ain't going to give you the defense that you thought Lonzo would give you, but that's where Ellis makes up for it. Ellis is a big time help with Max Strus not there. Now, when Strus returns, we don't know. As of the beginning of January, he was expected to miss another month. That was like January the 6th. Now we got to wait and see where he is, because if they can get Strus back healthy, oh man, that's a deep team. That's a deep team in Cleveland.
They need to let Strus loose.
Oh, you guys let him loose right out the door.
Oh, we did. Yeah. That's what we do with all of our top shooters. Max Strus, Duncan Robinson. I even saw Gabe Vincent's name pop up in the trade wire. He was traded from what was he? Was he on the Clippers?
No, he was the other one.
Oh, he was on the Lakers.
Yes.
Yeah, and he got traded. You know, the one thing I will say is usually these guys that usually peak with the Heat and they go to other teams because the Heat don't want to pay them, they usually don't do shit. No. They don't do much. Strus has been decent with the Cavs, but he hasn't been, lights out.
Well, he's been hurt. That's the point.
Even before that, because he's been with them for a couple years now. But it's not like he took his game to the next level after leaving. That's my point.
Well, his first year in Cleveland, he averaged a career high 12 points per game.
Oh, wow.
But everything's been the same. He shoots like 40% from the field and like 35 to 40% from three. It's all kind of the same.
Easy. It's a valuable role player. It is.
And like I said, if they can get him somewhat healthy, they're in really good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, though, Tyler, anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Nope, that's about it.
Guys,
just gonna keep watching my team win one game, lose one game, and make their way squeaking along to the playoffs. Well, the play-in, I should say. So then I'll have to play for another play-in spot. But yeah.
So I despise the play-in, but that's another story for another day.
Did the NFL season start yet?
It just ended, buddy. Sorry. But all right, guys. So just before we get out of here, quick update on what's to come week in and week out. Now that NFL football is over. Unbiased still every Monday. Going to get some NBA talk. I think next Monday we're going to go with some Western Conference talk. I got a good little fun start to the show with that. Of course, we'll go into whatever NFL news comes our way. Of course, we're always going to keep you guys up to date on the NFL. Why wouldn't we? Hitting home every Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Pitchers and catchers report this week, baby. Dustin and I are prepared for it. We got a lot of big free agents moves happen this week. Big names, all the names are starting to find new homes. About time you decide to sign with a team now that, the season is about to start. And real quickly, just to get to Clint's last comment, don't want to leave any of our people hanging. Said we just need Harden to win a playoff game per series for us. I trust Donovan Mitchell. I know what he will do. Clint, I asked him to do the same thing, and then, the rest is history. But anyway.
Go.
Well, so guys, hitting home every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. This Friday, little different than what Friday Night Gridiron Picks was. This is mostly a show for all our Eagles fans. Now, look, if you're not an Eagles fan, you want to throw some Eagles chat comments in there, we're more than welcome. Yeah, Clint, we saw that earlier on in the
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem too upset to be losing in Njoku. I don't know if I want him now.
Yeah, is he another diva?
Sounds like it. But guys, Birds of the Gridiron, our Eagles exclusive show, makes its triumphant return and its 609 Sports Talk Radio debut this Friday at 8. We got a lot of fun Eagles talk coming for the offseason. Of course, it will, when the Friday Night Gridiron picks will return during football season, but that's another story for another day. So, starting this week up until the season, we got Unbiased here on Mondays, hitting home every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And then you have Birds of the Gridiron every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So, guys, we hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode. And Dustin and I will see you guys on Wednesday for some hitting home. And then Tyler and I will be back on for some Eagles exclusive talk on Friday. Have a great rest of your Monday night and have a great week, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Good night, everybody.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.
Sam, what did you do?